Hello, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Malky Hamilton, and today I would like to talk to you about the production of Elemental Distillers Root Marlborough Dry Gin. Elemental Distillers is a Marlborough-based craft distillery and was established in 2016 by Simon Kelly and Ben Leggett. After working in the alcohol industry for many years overseas, they decided to work for themselves and set about designing a unique gin with complete transparency of all ingredients, processes, and production from root to cup. Ben is originally from Marlborough, so the name also refers to him coming home to his roots. Elemental Distillers are the team behind Root Dry Gin, which is a London dry style gin. This is the focus of my presentation today. Located at the Vines Village, in the heart of New Zealand's internationally recognised wine region, the distillery is constructed from 3 upcycled shipping containers. It is designed to house the entire production process while promoting sustainability through water recirculation systems and gravity-fed piping. The production facilities are located downstairs. This is where they dehydrate, macerate, distill, and bottle the gin. Upstairs is where gin tastings take place, overlooking the Marlborough Valley and Richmond Ranges. Before we go further, what is gin? Gin is a distilled alcoholic drink that must contain juniper and coriander and can have an unlimited amount of other ingredients, but typically contains 6 to 10 botanicals. The predominant flavour, however, must come from juniper berries. It is traditionally drunk with tonic, but is also popular with lemonade and occasionally Fanta. It is rarely consumed straight. Because of its low carbohydrate level, it is an ideal spirit for people on a diet where it can be mixed with diet tonic or lemonade, or soda and bitters. Base spirit. All gin starts with a base spirit. Some companies make their own from grain, such as the Source from Cardrona. For the quantities produced and overheads involved, this can add extra costs for little advantage. Elemental buy bulk base spirit, which is a milk byproduct derived from whey. The spirit is delivered in 1,000-litre intermediate bulk containers known as IBCs. It has an alcohol by volume percentage of 96% and is highly flammable. Buying in base spirit is cheaper than creating in-house. It tastes the same and simplifies the process without compromising quality. Botanicals. The gin is comprised of 6 core botanicals, which are juniper berries, coriander seed, gorse flower, kawa berries, motueka hops, and grapefruit peel. The botanicals are fully traceable. The grapefruit type is Golden Special and is from Gisborne. The coriander seed is from Hawke's Bay. The organic motueka hops are from Nelson. The gorse flower is wild foraged by volunteers in Marlborough, and the kawa berries are wild foraged in Kaikoura. All of the ingredients are direct sourced through either wild foraged, organically farmed, or family-owned businesses. This offers complete traceability of all ingredients and processes. Supply requires a close watch on the calendar to ensure they can source and sustain all of the ingredients at peak freshness while equally maintaining projected yields. Each one of the ingredients is seasonally dictated, which means you have to get an entire year's worth when it's available and process it correctly so it doesn't go off over the next 12 months. Community involvement. As mentioned, the grapefruit is sourced from Gisborne. Volunteers peel the skin, which is freeze-dried and stored. The remaining flesh of the grapefruit is sent to a local gelateria, where it is made into a grapefruit and gin gelato. Volunteers are provided with refreshments throughout the day and fed dinner at completion of peeling. To source the gorse flower, the local four-wheel drive club takes volunteers into the hills around Marlborough, where they're provided with thick gloves to pick the flowers. The leftover processed botanicals are delivered to Selms Garden Centre, which employs local disabled people and is turned into mulch. Each run is batch distilled in a small 200-litre copper pot still named Fanny Chanel. The base spirit is redistilled for 24 hours with individual botanicals to create 6 separate gin components. The gin requires different percentages of each botanical to create the finished product. For instance, there would be a higher percentage of juniper distillate than hops. Unlike whiskey and wine, gin does not require storage in oak barrels to age, so once all the runs have been completed, it can be mixed, bottled, and sold. Not all the distilled product can be used. The initial liquid from the still is called the heads and is mostly methanol and poisonous. This is still collected but stored for a later use. Following the heads, the hearts is the true quality gin and contains the flavours and ethanol. It comes out at a high alcohol percentage and will be mixed with water to end up at a 45% alcohol by volume. The last part out of the still is the tails, and this has low alcohol quantity and unpleasant flavours. Some spirit companies compromise on quality to create a greater yield by using some of the heads and tails. Overseas, some bootleg distillers use a lot of heads and tails, and this has led to blindness and death. The heads and tails are added to the base spirit in the subsequent distilling run and redistilled, creating efficiencies. During lockdown, however, the heads and tails were used to make hand sanitizer. This made use of a waste byproduct and provided a necessary health protection to the community. When sufficient quantities have been produced, family and volunteers get together to label, fill, number, and seal a batch of gin. The bottles are imported from France and are supplied through New Zealand's biggest spirits bottle wholesaler called Savour Glass. Distribution. Elemental Distillers outsources distribution to Mineral Wine Limited. They provide the product to bottle stores from Auckland to Otago, as well as 8 online retailers. This frees up Ben and Simon to concentrate on the actual production of the gin. Ben travels around the country attending hospitality events where he engages with customers and demonstrates how to make a good mix. For instance, explaining how good gin should be with a simple tonic, while cheaper gins require a fancier tonic. He also provides tours and tastings above the production facility where people can enjoy a gin while looking over the Marlborough region. Lockdown has hindered his interaction with the tourists passing through Vines Village and has been a setback in their first years of production. In summary, the Elemental Distillers model is effective for the production quantity. By outsourcing the base spirit and distribution, they can concentrate on production and quality while keeping overheads down. Using volunteers to help peel grapefruit and collect gorse flower engages with the community. Using locally sourced products cuts down on transport costs and gives the gin a New Zealand feel. Since gin requires no aging, it can be sold immediately, decreasing storage time and providing prompt cash inflow. References. The data for this presentation was gained from Government Statistics Archive, the Elemental Roots website, a Wikipedia page on gin, a 2-hour gin discussion held on Zoom, and my personal experience as a volunteer. Now, you can see that I'm not here to take questions. Feel free to email me and I'll get back to you. Thank you.